About 5 or 10 minutes ago, browsing online at a certain website, we came across this very old book, or copy of a book or magazine from around 1983, named The Oriental Cinema Number 5 by Damon Foster. Godzilla, King of Monsters, Bruce Lee, King of Kung Fu. We've already perused it. We found it quite interesting. We're going to skip all the Godzilla stuff and jump to the Bruce Lee section. The Films of Bruce Lee by Damon Foster. Bruce Lee was born on November 27, 1940. His father, Li Hoi Chin, was a popular entertainer in the Chinese opera. Because his father was into show business, Bruce became a movie star at the age of 4. He starred in many successful films as a child actor. There's actually a picture of him as a baby on one of his father's shows, or stage shows. But Bruce Lee was fond of fighting, so at the age of 13 he began studying Wing Chun Kung Fu. He later combined his love of acting with his love of Kung Fu, or Kung Fu. The results are the 5 films we'll examine. The Big Boss, Fist of Fury in America, produced by Raymond Chow, directed by Lo Wei, who Bruce Lee really couldn't stand because he's too busy looking at his betting slips or listening to the radio to see if he won any money on the horses. Starring Bruce Lee and Maria Yi. Ching is a country boy who has moved into Bangkok to live with his relatives who work in an ice factory. The manager is actually a dope dealer who orders his employees to kill anyone who finds out about the drugs. Ching's relatives begin disappearing one by one. So then a fight breaks out between Ching and the henchmen. Impressed by Ching's fighting skill, the manager promotes Ching to foreman. But Ching is still suspicious about the disappearance of his relatives. So he looks around and discovers that they've been killed and the bodies have been placed in ice or on ice. Angered, Ching sets out to avenge their deaths. Comments: this is Lee's best film, according to this writer, this Damon person. A fairly good amount of action, good acting and voice dubbing, and excellent music. Fist of Fury, Chinese Connection, directed by Lo Wei again. Music by Joseph Crow, starring Bruce Lee, Bob Baker and Wei Ping Ao. In 1908, Yuan Chin, a Gung-Fu teacher, Ho Wan Chin, a Gung-Fu teacher, has died. The top student of Ho Wan Chin's school is Chin. Chin discovers that a Japanese karate school owned by Mr. Suzuki is responsible for the teacher's death. So Chin sets out to get revenge. After beating up everyone in the Japanese school, Mr. Suzuki orders the police to arrest Chin, but before the police catch up with Chin, he makes another attack on the Japanese school and kills Suzuki. But the police threaten to close Chin's Kung Fu school unless he turns himself in, and so he does turn himself in and he's shot to death. Comments: this film is negative and way too serious. It has lost the humour and pleasantness of The Big Boss. Action is scarce and the film is dull. No, we don't think it was. It was actually quite good. Action is scarce and the film is dull. No, again, we say no. However, this film is well made and very dramatic. As with all of Lee's films, the fight choreography is beautiful, well staged and realistic. So this person's like basically contradicting himself, saying it's boring and dull, not as exciting as a prior movie, The Big Boss, and then he's praising it. Way of the Dragon, Return of the Dragon, produced, directed and written by Bruce Lee. Tang Lung has arrived in Italy to assist a girl from China. She runs a Chinese restaurant which is getting hassled by a gang of mobsters. They want to buy her land, which isn't for sale. So the mobsters send thugs to scare off all the customers at the restaurant. But Tang Lung uses his kung fu skills to defend the restaurant from the mob. Thugs, snipers and imported karatekas or karate experts from foreign countries, i.e. Chuck Norris, Bob Wall, are sent to attack Tang Lung, but they're no match for Tang Lung's fighting abilities. Comments: this film is outstanding. It's a total Lee production. It has got to be one of the greatest kung fu movies ever created. And here is the cast of Enter the Dragon and the Game of Death, which wasn't completed, and then they did a silly as rendition of it, adding bits and pieces in cardboard cutouts and all sorts. Enter the Dragon cast as Bruce Lee as Lee, Roper, John Saxon, Williams, Jim Kelly, Han, Shea Kien, O'Hara, Bob Wall, Bullock, Yang Zi, Tonya, Inakappe, and Sulin Mao Ying. Music by Lalo Schifrin. A criminal called Han lives on an island that he owns and lives like a king. His only contact with the outside world is a martial arts tournament that he holds every 4 years. During one of these tournaments, a martial artist named Lee, a martial arts philosopher turned secret agent, begins to explore the island. He discovers that Han runs illegal business underground, drugs. Han's guards discover Lee, who must defeat all the guards to escape. Although filmed in China, actually it was filmed in Hong Kong, supposedly. We're not too sure on that one. This is an American movie. The music is good and the movie has got action but lacks the charm of the Chinese movies. This guy's not into American films. Now, actually it was one of his best. Enter Dragon was actually one of his best, or his best, we believe. The budget for Enter the Dragon is high, but a kung fu film doesn't require a big budget. And this person thought that this was Lee's second worst film. Game of Death is worse. Well, at least, yeah, that's something that's pieced together with cardboard cutouts and so forth. Game of Death starring Gig Young, Dean Jagger, Colin Camp, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Mel Novak, and Dan Inosanto. Music by John Barry, associate producer Andre Morgan. Gung-Fu movie starring Billy Lowe, or stars Billy Lowe, is being hassled by Gung-Fu movie star Billy Lowe is being hassled by a crime syndicate. They want Lowe to join their group so that they'll get some of his profits. Unwilling to join them, Billy fakes his own death, so then the whole world, including the mob, thinks he's dead. Billy then disguises himself wearing sunglasses and a beard. Billy eventually attacks the mafia's base located at the Red Pepper restaurant. After killing off all the mafia's top fighters, he meets their evil leader, Dr. Lan. Billy Lowe chases Lan off the building. Lan falls and crashes into a sign composed of neon lights. And this person who created this magazine and these reviews says that was the worst film. Yes, we agree. But don't get him wrong. He likes all of Lee's films, including this one, his least favourite. Lee is only featured, the real Bruce Lee, in 20 minutes of the film's footage because he died before the film was completed. As a filler, a substitute actor who looks like Lee takes Lee's place, only when he puts on the glasses, and older shots of the real Lee taken from older movies are spliced in, even a cardboard cutout. This article is too short to go in depth on any of Lee's films, but this person hopes to review each film individually in the future. I'm not too sure if he ever did. To give longer, more informative articles. The end. And it goes into what looks like Japanese movies, and he explains those. King of the Mongols and so forth. That looks like that funny TV series Monkey Magic. That was really, really good. If you ever get to see it on YouTube, you should watch it. It's a crack up. It was really popular here. Everybody stopped what they were doing when it came on TV, say on a Sunday or something like that, and watched it. Monkey Magic, and he like wave his hand in front of him, blowing through it and all this sort of stuff. Yeah, that version was really, really good. Watched every other one and I didn't like it. The Chinese version, etc. This one was like really funny. Like this guy who played Monkey really suited it, the Monkey King, and he had I think it was Sandy. He's like the fish god, Then had this other one, Pigsy. Tripitaka was actually a female, but they made out it was a boy. One time Monkey said, "Oh, I smell something fishy," or something smells off, something stinks, because these demons waiting around the corner for them, something like that. And Pigsy said, "Hey, it's not me. I had a bath last week." Yeah, real funny comedy like that. Really, really good. Okay, this one here says Saiyuki. Not too sure what that says. It looks like Saiyuki. Not too sure what the rest of that is. Produced by Toei and TV Asahi. Never saw the original series, Saiyuki, but seen its sequel or remake, Saiyuki II. This series takes place in China and involves the popular Oriental tale of a magical monkey who misuses his magical powers. As punishment, a gang of supreme beings force him to go on a dangerous journey with Princess Oshu. The monkey's name is Goku, and his fellow soldiers are Hakai and Gojo. This show is a hilarious comedy, but it's also a fantasy adventure involving magical powers and special effects. The theme song, Monkey Magic, is performed by a half-American, half-Japanese band called Jidai-Geki, starring Sakai Masaaki, Kishibe Shiro, Hidari Tonpei, Fujimura Shunji, and Natsumi Masako. This is actually Japanese, playing the part of these Chinese. And it was really, really funny. We really enjoyed it. Lots of people in our country enjoyed it as well. As we said, they all stopped doing what they were doing and watched it. Okay, here's the Chop-Socki Films of Hong Kong by Damon Foster. China's biggest, most popular film company. Originally, many of Shaw's most successful films were musicals, but in 1964, the popularity of musicals declined. Hong Kong movie goers wanted action, and they were flocking to see samurai adventure films imported from Japan. So then Shaw produced Tiger Boy, a violent, bloody adventure where a lone hero hacked his way through dozens of foes. It was a success and paved the way for dozens of violent costume drama sword movies. But in 1968, a Chinese journalist called Chow En-lai criticized the Chinese sword flicks for being rip-offs from Japan's samurai adventures. So the popularity of sword movies declined, and it was time for a new kind of Gung-Fu movie. It was to take place during the early half of the 20th century. Its title was Five Fingers of Death, a classic. It was the first fist film and was a big hit. Shortly after this film came a Gung-Fu actor by the name of Bruce Lee. Lee is gone now, but his influence is alive and well in today's Gung-Fu movies. And there's one about Duel of the Iron Fist by Run Run Shaw. I think Golden Harvest may have overshadowed that eventually. King Boxer, I think it might be Jimmy Wang Yu, where he was famous. Maybe one on Boxer and all this sort of thing came out. Golden Dragon, Silver Snake, Avenging Eagle, all produced by Run Run Shaw. Inframan by the Shaw Brothers. Killing Machine, Bronze Men, or like say 18 Bronze Men or something. The 10 Brothers of Shaolin. The Four Assassins. And he's got some more information here on like a Japanese drama. Bruce Lee fights back from the grave. Picture from some, it looks like a Chinese or Japanese movie, not really sure. It looks like a person on a horse or something up here. There's a man and a woman or a child looking on. It's maybe one of these futuristic space adventures. And that's basically the end of that book. We don't know if this guy Damon Foster did any more, as he said he was going to. If we come across it online, we will bring it to you. We hope that you enjoyed this, though very short, video. If you did, please give us a like. Subscribe to our channel, add your comments below the video, and then go share this video and all our other videos on our YouTube channel, A Bike Like Bruce, with everybody else that you know, family, friends, neighbours and others.